continues as the Cardinals will become part of the ACC. Here's the logo being placed on the football field as new beginnings are on the horizon in Louisville, Kentucky. Hello, everyone. I am Shea Pepler here inside our Campus Insider studios, and the Cardinals will join the ACC today, July 1st. So to discuss how the Cardinals will fare on the basketball side of things, I'm joined by our basketball analyst, Jordan Cornette, and discuss the football side of things, I'm joined by our Louisville insider, Lachlan McLean. So, Lach, coming to you first, what is the biggest challenge on the football side, at least, for the Cardinals now heading into the ACC?
Yeah, they are all kinds of fired up today, Shea, but they are going to get challenged on the gridiron because there are no weeks off in the ACC. Let's be honest. Back in their old league, you were playing Memphis or Temple football. They knew they were going to win. Even the bottom feeders of the ACC, the Wakes in Virginia, if you're not on your game, you can get taken down. So Louisville needs to be prepared to step it up week in and week out.
Conversely now, Jay, what is the biggest challenge for the Cards on the court now with the move?
Well, I think it's the same thing Locke's talking about on the gridiron holds true on the hardwood. This is a team that's going to be challenged a lot more in the ACC. There's not really a night off. Even those lower tier teams would be some of the best teams in that American Conference. So Louisville's got to go in right away and be ready to play. And they're going to be doing it without some of their best players having left for graduation, and Luke Hancock and obviously Russ Smith. So they will be challenged right away. How they respond to not having those nights off in basketball remains to be seen as well.
All right, guys, time for a quick fill in the blank here. Locke, coming to you first. Louisville's football season will be defined by what?
Defined by points scored. And obviously they want wins and losses, but they want this Bobby Petrino offense to light up the scoreboard like he used to do in days of yore. If Will Gardner can replace Teddy Bridgewater at quarterback and can lead to a lot of touchdowns, the wins will come. So they want to see the ball getting into the end zone.
Stakes are high for that job. All right, Jay, now your turn. Louisville's season will be defined by what on the basketball side?
By Montrezl Harrell. And just like Locke's saying, light up the scoreboard in football, are they going to be able to light up the scoreboard in basketball? Like I said, you lost Russ Dickulus, you lost Luke Hancock. These guys combined for 30 points and roughly 7 assists per game. Montrezl Harrell is a man amongst boys. At least he played like it in the American last season, averaging 14 points and 8 rebounds per game. Can this guy go from being really good to being elite? Can he become one of the best players in the country? Can he become potentially the Naismith Player of the Year this year? That's the kind of season this guy must have. Going into the season, a lot of people have them in their top 10, deservedly so, but they're going to be challenged in that conference, and it all rests on the shoulders of Mr. Harrell.
Yeah, bold statements. Okay, Locke, back to you now. Let's look ahead at Louisville's 2014 opponents. When will we know the Cards are for real?
Well, we'll get a good idea right off the jump. I mean, they host Miami in the opener, but this is the same team they just beat in a bowl game, and they get them at home. So the big test, the big question is only 3 games all year where Louisville is an underdog in football. At Clemson, at Notre Dame, and Florida State at home. If they can pull off one of those huge upsets, that would show they have arrived in the ACC.
Jay, looking on the hoop side of things, what are the realistic expectations for the Cards this season?
They should win the conference.
Wow.
They can win the conference. Not they should, because they'll be tested. Look, they got to win the state of Carolina, meaning Duke's in there, North Carolina. These are the top 2 teams in that conference. But I think it's realistic to say Louisville can compete with them. Louisville returns a lot, but they'll really be tested. And you think about when Syracuse came in, Jim Boeheim and going against Coach K and that Syracuse-Duke rivalry and what that became. There's no reason why Louisville shouldn't be just as much of a player in the ACC, and it starts with being able to beat the likes of Duke and North Carolina, and it all starts with Montrezl Harrell. If he can get it done, this team can go very far and potentially hang a banner in their first season in that ACC.
Heavy hitter for both basketball and football. Locke, Jay, thank you guys very much for the insight.
Take care.
And Louisville isn't the only school with a new conference. Maryland and Rutgers are Big Ten newcomers. Find out what these schools have to look forward to right now on CampusInsiders.com.